My name is Hope and I'm going to be creating bows today, and the fabric that I'm using is Rainbow Classic Craft Felt, which is, they come in all colors. See, I have zebra, blue, and pink. Also, I am using Ofari ribbon. I have them in 3 different colors. I have 2 blues. I have no idea why I picked that up, but I have this. And also I have needle and thread to sew this together and scissors to cut. First, you're going to start off with a piece of fabric and cut it a square inch, which is like, I'm going to show you. Hold on. By the way, I'm 12. We're going to cut it about this big. See it like this. And then after you do that, you're going to make sure all your edges and everything are straight. Oh my God. After you do that, you're going to fold your fabric. And once you fold your fabric, you're going to fold it in like this. Once you fold it in like this, you're going to sew those 2 pieces together with a needle and thread. First, you're going to unravel your thread as long as you want. If you want to make it as long as your arm, you can make it as long as your arm. And then you're going to cut it. And loop your string around your needle. Now I have my needle thread. You're going to tie it at the end as a knot. So once I have that threaded, you're going to sew it together. Oh. So I sewed both sides, as you can see, front and, well, it goes through. So after I did that, I am going to pinch it together with these 3 fingers here. It looks weird, but, and you're going to pinch it, and it's going to come to look like this. It's going to look like this. So after, when I said I was going to pinch it like this, when I pinched it like this, I am going to make the thread as long as my arm, of both arms, like this. So I'm going to cut it and then thread it through the eye of the needle. Okay, so after I've threaded my needle, which I have finally got done, and you're going to, when you see the sides are like this and it's forward, you're going to push that down and pull it back so it looks even. So once it looks even, you're going to take your needle and start where your 2 fingers are and push it through, which is like right here. Try not to stick yourself. But I think it would be easier if you would use a hot glue gun, because it will be so easier and faster to do. And also, when you use the hot glue gun, it makes it better for it to stick together other than a needle, because you really, when they make bows, you can really tell that when they do it, they use a different type of stitching, which is like, they use a sewing machine. And the sewing machine is a little easier too, but I really like to do it handmade because it looks more decent and it looks like you didn't buy it from the store. It looks like you made it yourself. And that's why I make my own. And the reason why I started making bows is because me and my friend thought of an idea of making bows. So we thought of how we can make it. First off, we started using clothes, old clothes that we use, and old clothes that we didn't wear and stuff, and we would use that to make our bows. So I'm sorry I don't have one that I can show you that I made, but I made one out of Army Fatigue pants, and it came out pretty nice, but I just didn't have the right ribbon, so I just used part of the material of the pants and glued it together, and it came out pretty nice. But also, you can check out my other videos when I make more. So now I'm going to tie it together until it's a little knot there. We're going to make 2 knots. So once you finish that, your bow is put together. So now I've cut a different piece of fabric other than the pink and the blue. I use the sparkly one. So I've sewed. What I'm going to do now is sew it down in order. So I have sewed it down, straight down the line. After I do that, I'm going to pull it together and then start going down and across, which is horizontal. Jackson, you want to be in the video?
Jackson and Grandma.
Oh no. So I have finished that. Cut it. And I have to put the rest on, so I'll finish that later. So after I do that, I can either use a piece of this fabric to line it up and make my ribbon in the middle, or use a different piece of fabric. So it's whatever I want to choose, and the one that I'm going to choose is the blue, is because I think it's really pretty. Also, you're going to wrap it around, like I said, twice. Once. And then when you wrap it, it's going to stop like sort of in the middle at the end. And then you're going to bring it around till it stops. And whatever excess ribbon that you have, you can cut it off. Okay, so now I have cut my ribbon. Now you see I have an excess piece of ribbon, which I'm going to cut. And then fold backwards. When I say fold backwards, I'm going to fold just that little piece back and pull it over. Alright, just like that. See, like that. You see the little piece folded back? Yeah. So now, after I do that, I'm going to sew it again. The needle. And just sew the ribbon itself, because that'll make it stick to the fabric. And then keep repeating the step over and over 5 times. Just like keep sewing it over 5 times until you think that it's enough thread to keep it steady. And also, when you sew it together, you can also move it back a little bit and exchange the way you want to make it. You either want to wear it like this or like this. You can flip it back and forth. It's just like a Mickey Mouse ear, so clearly it's just like that. And then after you do that, you pull your string tight like this, and you hold it as tight as you can, and wrap the needle around like this, and pull it through, and pull your needle up. And then after you do that, you're going to want to clear up your area and make sure you have enough space. Now I'm going to put my blue glittery fabric across the bow, which is sort of falling apart. And that's actually going to help when you put it together. It's actually going to help cover up the stitching. So I'm going to first start off starting from the back and so you really can't see it, because since the stitching is blue and the lining, the thread is blue, yeah, so since I'm going to do that, it's going to look the same, and you really can't tell the thread between sparkles, because you really can't really see it, and it's much easier. Yeah. And you're just gonna keep repeating that step until you're done. So after I've sewed my bow, I have sewed the fabric and stuff together, as you can see, and the back you really can't see. So once you do that, it's pretty much done. And I sort of like it. It's like a so-so. And like, comment, and share, and tell me what you like about it. Thank you. Bye-bye.